This conference will now be recorded.
I got nothing about what the executive session was
Okay, good. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is the commercial utility billing audit. And the reason that that is on there is the implementation date that we voted on at the last council meeting was the incorrect date. It was to be the fiscal year, which starts July 1 of 2023, and not the calendar year that we had voted on. So there was a part of that email that we showed you from the BMUC, their minutes that also had that same information when they completed the commercial audit, and that they wanted to do the implementation on the fiscal year, which would be July 1 of 2023. So if you have any questions, we can certainly discuss that, but otherwise, if somebody would make a motion that we can change that date to July 1 of 2023, that's what we're looking for on that.
Well, I'll make that motion since it was me who suggested the incorrect date
That's
of
okay.
January 1.
That's okay, that's okay.
So I'll make the motion to correct it to
Okay.
July 1, effective fiscal year 24.
Okay, all right, so we have a motion on the floor to correct the date. Do we have a second?
I will second that.
Okay, we have a second, and is there any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right.
I'm
motion-
abstaining because I
Yeah.
don't feel this should be on this special
That's
meeting. It wasn't of importance
Alright,
to call a
so
special meeting. It should
All in
go-
favor with one abstention, and the motion does pass. Okay. The next thing that we have is the Easter Day Post Office Public Works Agreement. And you all had that information sent out to you, and you did see the correspondence that we had from the Easter Day's attorney. And of course, you saw what our attorney had sent to them. So before we discuss that, that will be part of an executive session that was going to follow this. So unless you gentlemen had anything to say that you did sign up for, I'll entertain anything that you had for public comment. But if you have none, then I'm going to call for a closed session to go into order, and that will have to remove you from the meeting.
So now why is that closed session?
Because we're going to be discussing any pending or potential litigation that we may incur.
I was gonna say, because we brought it up in public session.
Yeah, we did, and that's why we brought it up in public before we went into closed. So, was there anything that you all had to bring to the meeting in any part of this agenda?
I could possibly answer some questions
About?
the project.
Okay, and who are you?
My name's Tony.
Tony?
Okay, yes, Mike and Todd sent me to be the representative today.
Okay, Tony, what's your last name?
Vista,
Vista?
yes.
Okay, and where do you live, sir?
I live in Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
Okay, all right. And you are a spokesperson for the Easter Days
Yes, today,
on their behalf?
yes.
Okay. All right.
But no,
You want to come up here so we can hear you?
I will only answer any questions, okay, that I have full knowledge of.
Okay.
All right, so, you may ask me a question, I may not have an answer.
All right, I don't know that I have any questions for,
Okay, well, I was just back here and listen.
okay, well, you can list up until the point where we go into closed session, but once we go into closed session, you're gonna have to be removed from the meeting area, because it's only gonna be for the council to listen to for that. We're gonna close out of the public forum, and we're gonna go into a closed session. So unless you wanted to give us some information that you are willing to share about something about the project before we go into closed session, I can't listen.
I think everything that Mr. Kaczynski, the attorney, sent to the town's attorney,
Okay,
okay, is very self-explanatory.
okay. And all that information is in our packet, and we're gonna review that in closed session. Okay. All right, so, if there's no other business in the public session, I'd like to make have a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to enter into closed session for Article 3-305, Section B, 8, for the consult with staff and other individuals about a pending or potential litigation. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
Okay,
Did we get a
the,
second to the motion then?
yes, Ray did.
We're in closed session now, gentlemen, so if you would, thank you. We have no questions for you, and then we have to discuss it. Thank you for coming in, but we have no questions for you. All right, thank you for your good day. All right.
Yeah, my executive session, when we printed off the agenda from the website, the reason for executive session says concerns for proposal for a business or industrial organization to greatly expand.
It was updated today. We had another email come out.
Well, the
I
website,
did today.
I did too.
It came out at,
So- And that would be too
before-
late anyhow, because it has to be 24 hours in advance. Just saying, but that's
That's
why I
not
was
true.
confused about
That's
the.
24 hours is not true.
For the DVX, it's 24 hours now.
Did you lock them out?
We're out.
Okay,
Actually, I gotta lock the front door. I should lock the back door.
that was weird.
He works for these days.
Vista or Vesta?
Tony Vista.
VISTA.
You say something come out today?
It's actually.
Yeah.
Is it under, what's it under?
It should be, the correction was made to the, on
The
the website.
reason for going into closed session. I mean, we're still going into closed session, it was just that it shows the different category. And it was in the email, it came out.
I might not have included them on the email, Tony, it might have just been you, Howard, and when I asked him to make the correction.
I didn't.
Oh. Okay,
That's why I was confused. I thought something new was happening.
all right, I didn't look at the distribution, so, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
All right, so we did update that, so
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, hold on, give me 1 second, because we're in closed session right now, so I gotta close this meeting.